Jeffrey from Philadelphia. You're live on the air with Truth Wanted, but you got 5 minutes to talk to us, and that is it. We cannot go over. So go ahead, Jeffrey. Make your case to us. What's going on?
Thank you, Dan. Hello, Kelly. Nice to talk to you both. Just wanted to add to the earlier conversation. Have either of you gentlemen ever considered that the commandment that was given in the garden, or what God was, the knowledge that God was keeping from mankind or was trying to keep from mankind was the evil of, or the suffering that results from evil?
Could be. If he was really trying to do that, I don't think he should have put a tree there in the first place, because it sounds like that's a risk, you know?
Why did God create suffering in the first place?
That too.
Well,
why did God create evil in the first place?
Well, because evil okay, let me try to the commandment itself, whenever God said, "Thou shalt not do anything," and that when he made that statement, he was creating evil at that moment.
Okay, so why did he have to create evil?
Yeah.
It was to instruct us to
You cut out there, Jeffrey. Can you repeat that? Jeffrey, you still on the line with us? Oh, no.
You still there?
Oh, there you go, Jeffrey. We got you now. Go ahead and repeat yourself if you don't mind. Hello, Jeffrey. Oh, no. Have we lost you? Give you a couple more seconds. All right, Jeffrey, I think we lost you here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. We're kind of towards the end. But yeah, have I considered that, you know, God put it there so that we didn't have to suffer? Okay, sure. I've considered it now. I'm wondering, have you considered that none of this is real, that it's just a story, that it actually makes more sense that this is a myth created just like every other myth in human history, and that there's nothing special about this one other than the fact that, you know, it's as popular as it is, but also we have two different accounts of Genesis, interestingly enough, in the events that happened there. And they're both kind of right next to each other in the same place. I think that's really weird. To me, that says more that this is a story that's being told different ways rather than actual events in history, period. So the motives of the characters involved are interesting to talk about in theory, I guess, but outside of that, it doesn't really matter because it's not real. I just don't think any of it's real. Right, Kelly? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. That's why I wanted to know why God even created evil, because I don't think God created evil. I don't think anybody created it. So
yeah,
except for men.
Yeah, I think we covered this.
The evil that men do.
Yeah, like again, if I put a flamethrower in the garden and somebody killed somebody else with a flamethrower, yeah, they shouldn't have done that, I guess. But like, why was that there? It didn't have to be there. Same thing with the tree. Why is the tree? Why is it there? Who is it for? Why does God need to protect people from good and evil? Maybe because, interestingly enough, this account in Genesis uses the word Elohim to describe God, which means God's plural. It's talking about a council of gods. They don't want it to be like them. When they use that we, it's not the royal we. When you're reading some of those translations, it's literally talking about a plural, because this is an adaptation of a different story that, you know, gets put into, you know, the, at the time, monotheistic interpretation of Judaism.
Well, isn't there some archaeological evidence that Yahweh in his earliest incarnations had a wife? So maybe that's the we, is the two of them.
That's part of it. Early Semitic tribes were polytheistic in nature, and there's several points of evidence that support that. It's only later down as Judaism evolves into its own thing, that it becomes a monolateral sort of religion. At least that's some interpretations of history, right? Again, not a historian, but that's, at least it is a known fact that at some point in time, early Semitic people definitely believed in multiple gods, and at some point, some of them just believed in one. And I think that story is a kind of a bridge in that sort of chain of events,